What in the fuck? I'm so big. Holy cow. Yo, what's good, boys? I hope y'all are doing well, dudeski. I got a trade, and I'm about to reveal it to you guys. It's hidden behind the Streamlabs. Are you ready? Boom. Okay, this was the trade. It's second day macro. Let's go over for you guys. I missed the first trade because I'm learning, and I did not realize that a market structure shift didn't have to be a high and a low. It didn't have to actually be like the candles don't matter. It's just, so we all know a swing high is a 3 candle formation where the middle wick is the highest, right? So for instance, this right here was our market. Bro, this is why, man. Alright. This would be our market structure shift, right? And on ES, this would be our market structure shift. Dear Lord. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, why is this? Why did I not think this was a market structure shift on ES? Because this isn't even a high, right? This is a down move, up move. So for a high, we need a up move and then a down move. This wasn't a high, but this was technically a swing high because 3 candle formation, middle candle's the highest. Which is great. I'm so happy I learned that. And this was the trade I was going to take. We had a market structure. We swept out Asia low. We had a market structure shift on NQ and a fair value gap. Our fair value gap's right here. We had a market structure shift and a fair value gap on ES. My stop would have been Mink at this low. I believe so. I'm tripping because I think I did it differently in a moment. But we had this mitigation block overlapping this fair value gap. So this is a high probability fair value gap to take. And yeah, this would have been my trade. Take 25% off at 1-to-1, and then I go break even, and then we would have gotten stopped out at break even, right? I actually did run to 2R, but I got stopped out before then. So yeah. Again, why did I not take this? Because I thought this wasn't a market structure shift, but now I know. Okay, and I'm not going to go over the daily bias for that one because I really don't want to. I'm lazy. I'm not lazy, I just don't want to. How about that? Yeah. Alright. So that was the first macro done, right? Would have caught pretty much the exact same thing that's happening here, okay? So let's go over this, okay? So starting on the 15-minute, we're in the second day macro. I see that we swept out I swept out this low over here, right? I did. NASDAQ swept out this low, okay? Let's just go back, right? Let's just look at daily bias, okay? So how I do daily bias, you're going to see how I do daily bias. On the daily, it's neutral because we're not inside of any fair value gap. On the 4-hour, it's bullish because we're inside of this 4-hour gap right here, and this candle's still open. So it still has the potential to respect this, right? So the 4 hours bullish. The 1 hour, you'd think is bearish because we've inversed this, right? So since we've inversed this, our next draw on liquidity is going to be this, or this bullish fair value gap right here. Whichever one comes first. The bullish fair value gap came first, and if I show you the trade, we tapped into this before taking the trade, therefore our hourly is bullish. Okay, so daily neutral. Really, bro? Daily neutral, 4-hour bullish because we're inside of this 4-hour gap, 1 hour bullish because we're inside of this 1-hour gap, 15-minute, same thing here. You'd think we'd be bearish because we inverse these gaps right here with this candle right here. So our next draw on liquidity is this low or this bullish 15-minute gap, whichever comes first. Since this is bullish 15-minute gap, we tap that. Now we are bullish up until the next gap or the next high, okay? So I have 4-hour bullish, 1-hour bullish, 15-minute bullish because we're inside of this 15-minute bullish gap. And I only need the majority, right? So it doesn't matter if the daily's bearish or if the 5-minute or if the 5-minute is bullish. Since I have 3 out of 5 pointing bullish, I'm willing to take longs. So now that I am allowed to take longs, what do I need? What's my checklist, okay? Liquidity sweep, okay? We swept out this 15-minute low, okay? Then we get a market structure shift right here off of this swing high because this candle's wick is the highest in between these three. Same over here on ES, we get a market structure shift, okay? And then we get a fair value gap on NQ and ES. We also have this bullish breaker block here. Why is this a breaker block? Because we come down and we take out this low and then we form a higher high. So this was right here, this was a bearish order block. This was going to support price down because we've engulfed this up candle, okay? But once we break it, it becomes every breaker block was once an order block, okay? Order blocks are just basically, in this example, an up candle that gets engulfed, right? And it's going to support price downwards more. But since we disrespect that and we take out this low and then we create a higher high, it's now a bullish breaker block with a fair value gap overlapping. What is that? That's the unicorn model, okay? So then I set my limit buy order at the start of this fair value gap with a 25 handle stop loss. I think I honestly should have done a 20 handle stop loss. My stop loss just needs to be below all of my lines of defense, PD arrays, confluences, right? So obviously with some room to breathe. So we have this fair value gap down here, so it needs to be below this fair value gap. But we have this bullish breaker block, and it needs to be below this bullish breaker block. You could have done this. That's way tighter, way more risky. I don't know how to feel about that. I like to give it more breathing room. I was on the phone with my mom, so I think I kind of messed this up. But I should have done 20 handle stop. But I did 25. It's fine. I wanted to give myself some more breathing room. No biggie. And so then I take this trade once we tap in. Okay, so before you're probably thinking, right? Hello? Okay. Once we kind of displace, right? As long as my bias does not change, I'm valid to take the trade. Okay, so let's say right here, right? We've come up here. Have we tapped into a 5-minute gap? No, we have not. Okay, and even if we did, it wouldn't matter because my 4-hour, 1-hour, and 15-minute are bullish. So those are the ones that matter. My 5-minute can be bearish. It doesn't matter, okay? So let's check the 15-minute. Did we tap into a 15-minute? No, we did not. There's no 15-minute bearish. Our 15-minute bearish starts right here, okay? Did we tap into an hourly? No, our hourly's up here. Obviously, we didn't tap into a 4-hour, right? So we come up, and my bias has stayed the same, okay? We tap in, we consolidate. I was kind of a little iffy on this consolidation, but there's nothing I can do. I follow my rules. We come up, we take out my TP1, I take off 25% of my position, I go break even, and then I get break even. Same exact result on this trade I missed, so I'm very blessed and very lucky that God gave me another opportunity to redeem myself, and I took it. And yeah, if you guys want to be a GOAT, join the Discord, bro. It's free. That's not the Discord, but this is a different Discord. See, Brody took the same trade. He took it off of this fair value gap, right? See, his stop loss. See, look at this, bro. This is exactly what I was saying, bro. His stop loss was actually at the... His stop loss was right here at this candle's low, okay? Same exact thing as 20-point stop. What I should have done. Yeah, so join the freaking Discord. Yeah, like, dude, like, we're just talking in here. Yeah, bro, join the freaking Discord. So yeah, I love you guys. Peace. God loves you guys way more. And